changing locations and shit. Man, into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love, you know that I.
Yeah, it's goddess. And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo. We stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running, what you thought we bleed that? It's only one team over here, this Cowboys, believe that. Yeah, this you got is the poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out. Now don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC4L.
31 teams in the NFL. His system is designed to stop 25 teams.
Shit, I need a linebacker that's over 200 pounds. I need a defensive tackle that you got to pull away from the buffet. He's gone, so no.
Let's talk about that.
But yeah, that's a long part.
I
gotta
make this point because I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about it until you mentioned it. So I gotta get this out before it flees me, and the nation needs to hear this.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Henny DeMoore reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? Early morning live video coming right to you. I know you probably just rolled over. I know your stomach is probably rumbling because you ain't had your breakfast and eggs, you know, at any point yet. I know you ain't had your coffee, but nigga, I don't care.
Coal out your eyes, man.
Yeah, I don't care. It's time to wake up and take a shot in the liquor store. It's time to it's time to take up and hit a line. You're in the trap.
Oh, don't do that. Nah.
You gotta take a shot and hit a line because you are live in the shot house. In the shot house with it right now, man. We don't care about your well-being, really. You got to get through. You got to get through.
Don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad, okay? Hey, let me know if you know the reference. Drugs are bad, okay?
South Park.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to my people in here, man. Shout out to D Swift. Shout out to what's the line? What that say?
He said not a line.
Yeah, that's why I said that's why I draw the line. At a line is why
he drew a line at the line.
Shout out to Ty Lockhart in the building. Hey, tell you folks to come stop through, man. We was worried about them for a minute. I mean, we ain't seen them in a long time. But shout out to you, and shout out to Willie Stovall, shout out to Tim, and shout out to Texas T, shout out to T Smooth, who else? The Great Sports Network, shout out to you, shout out to Ty, Shout out to everybody that's rocking with us. Jake the Great. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all in the building.
He said it's early. Damn. He said Henny
It's early in the
morning.
morning.
It's early. Listen. I understand. Listen, man. I'm just saying it may be early here, but what time is it in Tokyo, nigga? Like it's like 6 p.m. somewhere. Like you can start drinking. You know that's why they created mimosas. You know what I'm saying? You can take a little orange juice, take a little bit of your favorite alcoholic beverage. You mix it in at a nice proportion. You put it over ice. You know, you get your steak and eggs. You get your day started, man. So I
The
understand.
German said, I'm in this bit too. All right, what's happening with you, man? Shout out to Neil Down in the building. Hold on now, Neil Down. Are you playing with words? You playing on words? You saying them up because you need to kneel down?
Hey,
Or is that your actual name?
if it is his actual name, it's still dope. Cause it is a nice.
That shit kind of hard.
Yeah, hard as mother.
Y'all better kneel down, little nigga.
Salute to
Shout out to
everybody.
John Sullivan in the building. What's happening on Facebook? We love y'all too, man. What's going on?
He said it's damn near tomorrow in Tokyo. See there? So listen.
That's insane.
Hey, this is a big world, man. This is a big world. So
I gotta go to Tokyo now. Shit.
I do want to go. Like I always wanted to go out to Tokyo. You know, I used to watch the bad old Godzilla movies when I was a kid.
Yeah. See, I ain't gonna lie. Watching shows and shit'll make you want to go and do stuff like. Cause I want to go to Montana just cause of Yellowstone. it ain't nothing to do with Montana, but I want to go cause I love Yellowstone.
I'm intrigued at this point.
Oh, he said he in Colorado. That's the same shit. It's probably still snowing in Colorado, ain't it? Shit.
At certain parts of the world, it never stops snowing because of the altitude. So, like, I think it actually do get snow year round because some of the mountains are so high up in the sky.
Oh, Lord, Jesus Christ. You said kneel down. Oh, you a freak. God, he did the high names on this. He said, God.
Y'all is crazy, man. But salute to everybody sliding in here, man. You know, hitting us up for your daily dose of Dallas Cowboys content. Dog, the Dallas Cowboys play football today, man. The Dallas Cowboys play a game, and I know it's preseason. I know it doesn't count in the record book, but it do count for a lot of shit, though, man. Because we need to be using these preseason games not only to really go out there and evaluate Joe Milton, but my nigga, I have no idea who my primary running back is. I have no idea what my defensive tackle rotation should be. You know, I ain't even seen Tyler Booker out there yet to see how he plays against, you know, professional defensive tackles and shit like that. College tape dope, but I ain't seen him beat up nobody in a real game setting outside of joint practice. So there's a lot of stuff to actually be looking at. So let's just go through all this stuff, man. So Dallas Cowboys, we play the Baltimore Ravens today, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. What is the one thing that Landlord from Alabama is looking for in this game?
You took one of mine, and that's really, I'm trying to evaluate these running backs. If Joe Milton playing quarterback, the receivers probably might as well just go ahead and sit out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, go ahead and pack it up.
Y'all probably ain't gonna get no fair evaluation today. But hopefully, you know, I'm just joking, man. Maybe Joe can get in the groove because listen, like we said yesterday, it's really not fair that Shotty just forced the issue to try to only eval Joe. Because if you only eval Joe, guess what you're doing? You're really hindering the wide receivers, and you really holding us back from seeing the running backs as well. So you're doing two things against what we need to see. So that was a good point he made. But yeah, it's good to see that Tyler Booker play. I'm definitely waiting to see him. And is it any word on Jaden Blue playing?
Jadon Blue is still hurt. He did not practice at all. Remember, he got a bone bruise on his ankle. So, you know, that's something they're going to need him in the season. He a 4th round pick.
How the hell we know we going to need him in the season? We don't even know.
Well, I mean, you can't play injured people.
Man, he better shine that ligament up and
Shine
get
the
his ass
ligament
out
up. Shine the ligament up is crazy. Well,
there.
you'll
Man,
see.
for real, man. I hate that. I hate that.
I mean,
do. So do you want to see Jaden Blue week 1 against the Eagles for your first time for real?
I mean, I didn't, but we can't force people onto the field that can't play. Like
they trying to force Trey.
I mean, Trey ain't playing in the preseason.
I'm just saying they trying to force him, and everybody know he injured. They don't even care.
Man, I don't think Trey gonna play the first 4 weeks of the season. If we being honest, I think he's
4
gonna.
weeks is crazy. Shit, Trey right like he ready now.
I'm saying, if they gotta start him on the whatchamacallit, it's gonna be mandatory for him to miss 4 games.
Did you see that they finally admitted that Trey was ahead?
I know he's ahead. But
I'm saying I know he's ahead. I'm talking about ahead of what's it called? Oh,
yeah,
Rebel.
That's been evident. The only niggas that believe that shit are folks that ain't got eyes. Now, if you were blind or you were listening to them niggas through the radio and you ain't see them practice or see them moving around, yeah, you would probably believe the Rebel stuff because that's what they were pushing. But if you had 2 eyes and you saw Rebel, out that bitch limping, hobbling, wobbling, all the other stuff that just shows, that he wasn't really ready. Then they out here talking about, man, this nigga leg done swole back up. Like, what the fuck you mean his entire leg swole up?
You probably didn't even need 2 eyes. If you had 1 eye and 1 ear, you probably would have seen or heard us talking about it, and you would have peeped it out. We discovered that on Boss Land. Like, that man was nowhere near moving the way he should. Like, nowhere near.
Nah, so I agree with you that, they have not been treating Trayvon Diggs fairly. You know what I mean? But I also believe the difference between Trayvon Diggs and Siobhan Revel isn't that Trey is going to start week 1 and that Revel is going to start after 4 weeks. I think that Trey is going to start after 4 weeks, and Siobhan Revel is going to come back closer to when the Marvin Overshawn comes back. That's what I actually think it is. I think that Trey needs to be on PUP to start the year, and Siobhan Revel need to have his ass back out there in November and not anytime sooner. That's where I think
go ahead.
I'm just saying that's where I think the timelines actually are.
Okay, did Elam play last week?
No.
Is he gonna play this week?
Don't know.
Why the fuck is they saving him?
You ain't got no corners, landlord. So what?
Man, I'm so sick of y'all, man. Let's just fight, man. Drop your location.
We are gonna have to fight. We are
Let's drop your location.
You're
I'm tired of this.
You're down 5 corners already, my
I
nigga.
don't care. Listen, I know it's hoarders in the world, right? It's people that save shit that they probably got no need to be saving. But if he's trash, who cares about saving trash? Do you save trash? You send your trash out once a week, right? They're like any other good man in the world, right?
Of course.
So what the hell?
More time than that, because we got a bunch of
He could be
kids.
trash.
He could be
We don't
dope.
know. He could be dope too. I'm just saying, we don't know. So what the hell we saving him for? And look, we know he ain't been doing much against CD and Jordan Pickens anyway. So what are you measuring him by?
He got picks off them.
Man, he got picked. All right.
Yeah, he do got picks off them though.
I'm just saying, you know how many other reps besides them?
I mean, nigga, would you rather send who would you rather? Who's more expendable to you right now? Because we got questions about Elam. There is no doubt in any mind that Andrew Booth is not worth a fuck.
Man, Andrew Booth is that dude, bro.
Man,
I don't know what you be talking.
This man is diabolical with this shit, man.
I don't know what you be talking about, man. That's crazy.
I'm just saying, I understand why they doing it. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I don't understand. I may not always agree with it, but I do understand you're already short at that position. The one nigga that you think might got a post, I'm not gonna trot him out there when I know he's gonna make the team. What am I evaluating?
I just told you. I just told you this, bro. I don't really like that scared ass mentality, bro. For real. Either you gonna be tough and physical like you've been preaching, or you gonna have everybody in bubble wrap. Cause bro, that mentality. Listen, man. I don't. To be honest with y'all, bro. Like y'all can feel how y'all want. Y'all know I'm how to keep it real with you. Like I don't think we the caliber of team to be trying to flip a switch, bro. Like if you trying to change this culture, man, you probably should have just went all the way full throttle, all the way through, as much as you could. Now I ain't saying just send Dak out there without his old line or something, but like to the fullest capacity you could have possibly pulled that off, bro. Real talk. Like we not no switch flipping ass team. We ain't gangster like that yet. We gotta build that type of culture and build that type of reputation so we can be trusted to flip a switch. Do you trust them to flip a switch right now?
I don't know these niggas.
My point exactly. So we'll be expecting them. Oh, don't look. Tiptoeing around the world and scared to break a nail and shit. And then week one call, hey, be real physical now. That shit don't make sense, bro. When you think about it, it don't make sense. You gotta play football, bro. Play football. That's
So
all you gotta do.
So had they not been physical up to this point through the practices and there, I'm asking you a straight up question. Cause
that's what they say.
Are niggas not getting hurt out there? Are niggas not hitting?
Man, people were getting hurt in Mike McCarthy practices. Being hurt don't really equate to saying you physical, bro. Like, what you mean?
Them niggas out there getting hurt on hits. Them niggas out here getting hit stick. All kinds of shit out there in practice. I'm just saying.
Sure. I don't know if we can measure people getting hurt and say that means we physical. But I mean, I get what you mean, but I don't know. I'm just saying I don't think we should be trying to flip no switch. If we was another team, you know what I'm saying, a team that's proven, I would feel that way. But I ain't trying to flip no switch with these dudes, bro. Because they switch might stay off. We trying to flip it on. We trying to become that team. For real. We trying to become that team, bro. Like, you know your team, just like everybody else in the chat know their team. Do y'all feel like they a physical team?
No. If we're going off the past, they have not been a physical team.
So they haven't gained the reputation enough to be flipping those switches. The end.
My nigga, I understand what you're saying, but what switch? Like how much do you think Elam is going to even play if he did play? If he played 10 snaps, are those 10 snaps going to be the difference between this nigga being gangster or not? If you a hard hitting gangster ass player, 10 snaps in preseason ain't gonna change that. Like Elam is either a dog or he ain't. Dak Prescott is in year 10. That nigga is either a step or he ain't. You know, CeeDee Lamb, he better not play in preseason. I don't give a fuck I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm bubble rapping CeeDee Lamb and them niggas. But point being, I understand what you're saying. I get that. You trying to build a reputation, you can't trust these niggas. The starters are barely going to touch the field any damn way. So what kind of callus are they going to build in 7, 8, 10 snaps in a preseason game that they haven't built over the offseason? You know, that would be the question that I have. And listen, this is from a nigga that wants motherfuckers to play in the preseason. Like, I prefer, because this is new shit. You know what I'm saying? This is a new defense. This is a new offense. Like, I want them to
gotta ask the question, though. I kind of gotta ask the question. Don't you think most teams feel like they physical? Do you think them old Cowboy teams came out there like, man, we ain't physical at all? We soft as hell. Do you think
nobody think they hoes? Nobody in the world think they hoes.
That's my point, Hen. So that's what I'm saying. We talking about we physical, but we measure. We don't really got a measuring stick. That's my point. The measuring stick is playing in the damn games, man. That's just for me, man.
All right. So Zaytoven point: the Ravens are a physical team, and they do not play their starters in preseason.
But guess what else the Ravens did? They built a reputation over years and years. Have we done that? No.
I mean, the Ravens in the Lamar Jackson era have a reputation of getting bounced in the playoffs too. But you know, they don't talk about that. They got one more playoff win than we do. But
hey,
I know what you're saying.
Team, though. I mean, that ain't. I'm just asking, is they physical or not?
They're very physical in the regular season. Shout out to Perry Locke with the $5 super chat. He said we need to play at least a few series. Listen, I'm not saying I don't mind them playing. It's just the thought process around them playing that is different. I don't think it's gonna make a difference in their physicality if these niggas play 10 snaps. I do think that these niggas are running a new offense and a new defense, so they need reps for that. Like that's the way I look at it. Like, so in the grand scheme of should niggas play in the preseason, sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it hurt. But if we talk about niggas just all of a sudden being physical because they played a little bit in the preseason, I don't know if it's that simple. You know what I'm saying? Unless these niggas finna play an entire half of football. If they finna play an entire half of football or some shit, and they gonna get real louder up, cool. You know, I could buy into that. But we talk about niggas that probably gonna play like 10 snaps and then they gonna be out there rocking their ice, you know, eating pistachios, you know, slapping cheerleaders on the ass. That's the kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that it's gonna make them niggas physical, you know, just playing a couple snaps in the preseason. Now, if you were to tell me, hey, these niggas gonna play every preseason game, they gonna play an extended amount of snaps, then I would lean to what Land is saying. But I just know these niggas gonna go out there, they're gonna play 10 snaps, and they're gonna be sitting out there with their ice on. You know what I mean? I don't know. I also think it's entirely too late to think like that, because we already played a preseason game. You're down to two preseason games now. If we were gonna do that shit, it should have been the first preseason game forward. Everybody getting snaps and either increasing or decreasing their snaps based on, you know, what you need from them niggas. How you feel about that, Len? Like, I don't know. Possibly. He said, hey.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. I feel what you're saying. Like I said, man, I just expect a certain thing. I honestly feel like Shotty kind of dropped the ball with not playing them. Because I feel like that would have been one of the biggest indicators of a culture change to me. That would have been like, whoa, hold on, Shotty playing them in the preseason? Oh shit, that's what's up. I think everybody would have been like, okay, now this different. Real talk.
You know, Shotty spoke on that too, and I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see if I can find the clip. But basically, he said there's no point in doing that if we ain't gonna let them niggas really play. He said his daddy had the moniker that everybody plays in the preseason, right? And you know, he was the head coach of the Chargers. So they called a play because you know he had LT at the time, and LT was coming off of winning league MVP. So he was talking. His daddy was talking crazy in the interviews. Everybody gonna play wooty woo. Then the day of the game came. He went to his quarterback and said, no matter what the fuck you do not throw LT the ball. They had LT in that bitch for one play. That nigga ran like an out route to the sideline. They said LT kept running. He threw the ball somewhere else, and LT ran all the way over to the sideline and sat on the bench. So the nigga played. Everybody played, but the nigga played a snap. So what Shotty was saying in regards to that, just because a nigga play don't mean they actually gonna get work. So why bother? So I get what niggas is saying, like everybody plays with the woo, but you're not gonna give them enough snaps to actually get them acclimated to what y'all doing that year. If you ain't gonna give them enough snaps or opportunities to actually, you know, see what the hell's going on with that nigga, you might as well not play him to start with. So I understand what he's saying in that regard, but hold on. Oh, that's kinetic. Never mind. But yeah, man, I don't know. What you think? What did you think about that? That walk down memory lane with Shotty and how he explained that shit?
Yeah, it all makes sense, bro. We understand what the risk is. We understand it's a big risk to do it. But in my mind, I feel like it's still a mentality. Because guess what? You taking that same risk when you play a real game. That's why I feel like it's a switch you gotta flip. I just don't trust us from flipping no switches. That's all. Hey, I think that's I can't explain it no better.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I mean, I really do. I get it. I understand. I just don't know. I think it's either who you is or it ain't, man. You know, I think it's either who you is or you ain't. I don't know if there's necessarily a switch, but you know, I think that shit is in you and not on you. Like, have we ever? I don't know, landlord. Have you ever just thought that some of these niggas on the team are hoes? You ain't never come to that realization that maybe some of these niggas on this team are just soft and it's not always about other niggas?
Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
All right, I'm just saying, like, but we were just talking about the Ravens and them being a tough physical team and them niggas being superior gangsters and everything like that. So there is a player that plays for the Ravens. He is like a 6'7", 340-pound defensive tackle that might be available after cuts. So this is CJ Okoye. Shout out to, first and foremost, shout out to Lou for bringing this nigga to my attention. I did not know this man existed. He just started playing football. He's an athletic Nigerian freak. They're calling him the Nigerian Nightmare. And really, his first organized snap of football came in a preseason game. Like, he never played football before playing on the for the Chargers in preseason. And in his very first preseason game, this nigga got a sack, was causing havoc. So he's a very interesting prospect that may not make their final roster due to the depth of their defensive tackle room. So again, he's 6'7", and some reports got him listed as high as 370. I've seen his weight listed anywhere between 315 and 370. So I'm not really sure how much he weighs, but he's a big, freakish ass defensive tackle. And I just wanted to show you, because this is who Tyler Booker's going to go up against today. So one, I might want this nigga on my team. Two, this might be a nice little litmus test for Tyler Booker when he goes up against him. And shout out to B-Bird for the $4.99 for your mind. He said, team with soft cultures need to play some starters in the preseason to try and change some soft mentality. Man, I think it's in you and not on you. If this nigga been a hoe since grade school, you know, the nigga gonna be a hoe for the rest of his life. If these nigga hoes, they hoes, man. You gonna have to start drafting some dogs and signing some dogs. I don't think you can unbitch a bitch. What you think, landlord? Can you unbitch a bitch?
Hey, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it had to be the only example I got is when they was young. We didn't turn some weak niggas into some gangsters. So it's possible. I ain't gonna lie, it's possible. But it's a dude I know from the hood. We called him Ryan. He was a little light-skinned dude, man. We used to bully him and beat him up. That boy turned into one of the most craziest killers in the neighborhood. So it can happen. It can happen. But I don't think it's likely though. In this type of example, probably not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know though, bro. You kind of can. I think you might start off kind of scary until you start doing certain stuff. Like, you got to be pushed to do it sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes you gotta scare them straight in the other direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta push them to have courage. Some people, they don't even know the courage they got until you push them. That's where coaching come in is. Like, have you ever been on the team when it was a player who nobody believed in, but a certain coach got something out of them? It's possible.
You know what? You right. I gotta listen. It's early. I'm just now having my coffee, and to be fair, you can't be that much of a hoe and make it to the NFL. You know, this is gladiator school, so I can't just say these niggas soft and shit like that. You know, that's not fair to the sacrifices and the blood, sweat, and tears these niggas put in. So I was being hyperbolic. I was talking a little shit. I should not do that. So my apologies.
That's why I say you ain't all the way wrong, but it just depends on what the measuring stick is. That's why I'm telling you they need to be measured against somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Like in our locker room, we might be like, oh man, we physical this year. And then we go up against somebody who really physical and be like, well, maybe we ain't as physical as we thought. Like, you gotta have a measuring stick, bro. You got to.
I see what you're saying. It's like the nigga that think they can fight until they fight somebody with some training. Like, you a good street fighter. You like Kimbo Slice with that nigga. We were just talking about Kimbo Slice a couple shows back and how gangster that nigga was, literally just being a street fighter and making it to the MMA. But it was not a cakewalk when that nigga got to the MMA because he was a street fighter and they had prior mixed martial arts training and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? So you're right. There's levels to it. Compared to normal people like us, Kimbo Slice had impeccable hands. Compared to a trained MMA fighter who was doing mixed martial arts training since he was a pup and he's a grown ass man now, there's levels to it. So I understand what you're saying. Like, everything you're saying is a rational sounding thought. I don't want you to think that I'm just completely disagreeing with you or anything like that. So, I will take a step back from saying that, that it can't be done. I think it's possible, but I also think you would have to give them real reps. I don't think you can, the type of work you're talking about can be achieved with just like 10 snaps. You would have to go out there and play niggas, for like a half of football. You know what I'm talking about?
See, that's why I've been speaking so urgently on it. That's why I wish Shotty would have did it game one. Screw it. Especially like, bro, I can understand not playing Dak and CD and like the people who you can't afford to lose at all. But like, bro, come on, man. Some of these dudes should have been playing.
Zay Tobin said Rams already showed them who they were doing joint practice. Sending our starters out against backups ain't gonna prove much.
Hey, other people been doing it too though. But like, I'm just talking about like, I think y'all, I'm not trying to look for them to prove nothing right now. What I am trying to do is shift their mindset. I'm telling you, if you ever played, when you go out there and you like, I can't get hurt. It's a mentality, bro. It's a mentality that you have to shift. Okay, now it's real football. That's different.
I feel you. Let me see. I get this blown up. So this is the Ravens depth chart. And pretty much, man, what I brought this up to say is even against backups, there's some shit that we could possibly prove. If we can run the ball against the Ravens, even some of the guys on the back end of their depth chart, that would be a good sign going forward. We talk about wanting to be able to run the ball, be physical. Because Tyler Booker will be out there. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to move niggas from the middle of the Ravens defensive line, kick them niggas out the club, and run, in any direction that Tyler Booker is. That's what you spend a 12th overall pick for. You know what I'm saying? If my 12th, and listen, I'm gonna be very tough on Tyler Booker when I grade him. Not because I dislike Tyler Booker. When we even did a show talking about how good of a player he was, how niggas were tripping trying to say he shouldn't be a first round pick. Me and Landlord did that. Even though we were trying to get us a wide receiver, we still had to be fair and unbiased. You know what I'm talking about? But if this nigga can't go out there and beat up on backups, Tyler Booker, what the hell is he gonna do these first 2 weeks of the season when he going up against Chris Carter? I mean, we going up against not Chris Carter. We going up against Jalen Carter. When he going up against Dexter Lawrence, what the fuck is he gonna do against those two all pros if he can't even whoop on the Ravens backups? So this is gonna be a big. It may not be like a measuring stick, but like it's gonna be very telling. If Tyler Booker cannot go out there and be successful against backups, we're gonna have a long first 2 weeks if he can't handle the backups on the Ravens. What you think about that mindset, Landlord?
Yeah, You right about that. And I don't want to hear nobody talking about, oh, it's just preseason. With the way you just put that, that's a perfect way to look at it. Like, if you can't bully these preseason people, I'm concerned. I'm fine. Like, I'm concerned. You supposed to go in there and look like the best thing since sliced bread against these dudes. Oh, you right. I'm with you.
He said, having your starters run over the backups proves what, though? Can you claim being that ninja if you beat up on the smaller yes. That's called being a bully. Because remember, if your starters go out there and get beat up by the backups, that proves them nigga hoes. So it proves that you're a bully. Because listen, we can still gauge stuff from playing backups. If you look at it from the same viewpoint that I framed this with the Tyler Booker stuff, and Tyler Booker can't handle the backup, that he can't handle these niggas in week 1 and 2. Same thing with your other starters. If they go out there and they look bad against backups, what did that mean going forward? Into the regular season when they play all pros and pro bowlers and nigga that been starting on one side of the ball for a decade almost. You know what I'm saying? Also salute. I just got a super chat and salute to my boy JVB boy too. But let me go up here and show the super chat. Salute to B Bird for the $1.99. We got something to prove to ourselves. I think that's a very good way to say it. I think that's a very, very good way to say it. But yeah, so I can see how you could gauge some stuff, because if you go out there and Jordan Pickett gets shut.
That's why me and B Bird, we on the same team. We on the same side of this. Because just like I said, that's what I think I'm trying to say with the switch. I keep saying it's a mentality. That's basically what I'm saying. You got to prove it to yourself too. Like, this is a real mentality, bro. Physicality ain't nothing but a mentality. Real talk. Like, why you think it's small children that go over there and smack a big dude and you be like, dang, what happened? What's going on? Like, it don't even make logical sense. What it is that little dude got hard and the other dude probably wasn't. He probably don't. So it's a mentality, bro. You ain't never seen a big soft dude. Like, it's some big man. I swear to God, bro, it's some big man. It's some huge human beings, and them boys made out of straight wet tissue. Them boys soft as hell. I swear to God.
They in the Sharma commercial.
My whole life, I ain't never been scared of nobody because they were big. I swear to God. Because I know a lot of them big niggas be soft as hell. And I'm not finna give you that pass just because you big. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you gonna have to prove it to me, buddy. I'm fine. That's not gonna work for me. Oh, I'm big, so I'm gonna just talk crazy. Nah, you gonna have to prove it to me.
I knew my nigga Swain was cultured. My nigga said, does Wayne Brady have to smack a bitch?
That's just real, bro. Like, no.
But I feel you though. I feel you though. And when you articulate it like that, I do understand what you're saying. A little bit better. I do understand. But I ain't opposed to niggas playing in the preseason. Never been opposed to niggas playing in the preseason. I just need them to, if they're going to play in the preseason, they need to play in the preseason. The kind of stuff, if we're going to play them 4, 5, 10 snaps, I don't think that accomplishes what niggas talk about doing. You know what I'm saying? They need to play, some real football in the preseason if we trying to evaluate all this kind of stuff. And I you know what I'm saying? I don't think you get a series and you pull them niggas and that accomplish anything. That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna play them in the preseason, play them in the preseason. Will Shotty open up the playbook week 1? Listen, I was mailing somebody on Twitter. I said, Shotty act like he got some plays that Jesus came down to earth and drew in the dirt for that nigga. That's how he acted like his plays are. The Lord himself drew some shit up for Shotty, and he hold on to them bitches until the season start. That's how Shotty be acting about his playbook. So
Shotty act like nobody ever ran these plays before.
Nigga,
like,
I told you Jesus gave them to him.
Are you reinventing the wheel? Like, Jesus dropped them plays right with the 10 commandments. He said 10 commandments and then Shotty playbook. That's crazy.
It's like niggas drew up plays for Shotty, then they had to get their eyes gouged out so they could never write them out again for nobody else. Like he had a nigga help design the plays, and then he blinded them niggas right after. He the only nigga that ever seen these plays, nigga.
You had to go find somebody to translate them whole. You know how they had to translate the Bible? They was wrote in a whole nother ancient text, and they needed somebody to translate them whole.
That is diabolical. Yeah, listen, I fuck with Shotty, but this nigga offense better be amazing the way this nigga acting. I swear to Almighty God. Because you're doing all of this just to protect your tendencies, to protect your formations. You're doing all this to protect that the first year, so that you can have an upper hand, so that they can't really game plan for you like that, because it's year one. So by default, Shotty, because you're doing all this extra shit, you got to hit the ground running. Like, Shotty, if the defense is fucking up and y'all losing games 40-39, I can live with that, because you're putting up 39 fucking points. If we're losing games 27-24 after all this shit you've been trying to do offensively, we got fucking problems, Shotty. We got fucking problems. Like, for real though, you doing all this government Secret Service shit with your play calling, your playbook, and if them niggas come out this bitch still can't score no points, and this shit look clunky, I'm on your ass, my nigga. And you know what? Y'all know I fuck with Shotty, but if you do all this extra shit and your offense is still lackluster and lackadaisical, I'm on your ass, my boy. That's all I gotta say about that. So, Shotty, I believe in you.
Deserve that too. He gonna deserve it.
He gonna deserve it.
You going over and beyond, talking about every time somebody asks you, oh, we vanilla, oh, we just hide and play, oh, we want the element of surprise, because he talking about they looking at them like, is they gonna be the Seattle team, or is they gonna be this team, or what kind of team they gonna be from Shotty's past, or who they gonna be? All right, you doing all that, it better be good. That's all I'm saying.
He said 24 should get a chance to start this season. Real dude, tall and fast, and make interceptions and damn near every preseason game he played in. My nigga Izzy, man, friend of the show. Shout out to Izzy. Listen, man, I'm not sure who baby mama Izzy knocked off. I'm not sure who wife he was texting, but they be having my nigga buried at the back of the depth chart, and he is one of the few corners we got that has playoff experience and playoff success. Like, he was out there in two back-to-back playoff games playing his ass off at the nickelback position. So I'm not sure why Izzy has not gotten more opportunities. He played well in this last preseason game when he got the interception. So I don't know. I'm not sure why. What do you think the reason is they don't fuck with Izzy like that, bro?
Well, I don't know. I asked that question on Twitter, remember? That was like a year ago. And his family members was like, yeah, man. Like, his family members had commented on my post like, I don't know either. So, I don't know what they got against Izzy. And then, we done change defensive coordinators every year. So, you probably just got to restart every time. So, I don't know, man. Now he really don't got nobody who support him or start him, because at least Dan Quinn gave him a shot. Like, Zimmer didn't give him a shot, and now we got to see what Eberflus gonna do.
I feel that. Also, I do appreciate all of the super chats I have received up to this point. Y'all is the greatest. Y'all is the dopest. But don't forget about Brother Landlord as well, man. You know, he's taking time out of his day to be on here to help me with the show. It's always a better product when Landlord is on here. So y'all bless my brother. Hit his cash app if you can. It's $Landlord723. Hit him with a super chat or two. Make sure it's working on his page. But yeah, man, like, show love to both content creators while you're out here, man. It's greatly appreciated. I still, will appreciate donations to help go to Frisco. But, also show love to Brother Landlord for taking time out of his busy schedule, to be here. He's out here human trafficking. He's making weapons of mass destruction. He's selling dope and destroying black communities. But he does find the time to come onto the liquor store and into the trap and talk Dallas Cowboys content. So,
Good Lord.
so we do appreciate landlord when he's not being a supervillain. So show him some love.
I'm a busy man doing
You
all
are a
this
busy
stuff,
man.
yeah, I'm a busy man.
That's how you know that he really loves this content stuff. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure to hit my brother Cash App and make sure y'all hit the super chat, man. It would be greatly appreciated. And salute to the Big Time Show. My brother, the Big Time Show in the building. Tamika
Salute the Big Time.
and Tamika, it's in the contract at this point. And the nigga be selling fish plates, man. Sticky Cannabis in the building, man. Good morning, my brother. God bless you as well. Thank you for sliding in and showing love. Yeah, selling fish plates, selling dope, selling weapons of mass destruction, selling ligaments, selling pit bull puppies. Landlord is a hustler.
I got them spare ligaments on the low though. Y'all hit me up in the DM though. You know what I'm saying? Ligaments for
Yeah,
sale.
man. He got ankle bone for sale, man. She finna ship an ankle bone to Jadon Blue right now so he can play in the preseason game.
We got to do this by any means necessary, man. Any means necessary.
What do you expect from Miles Sanders out of this preseason game? Because I think he's gonna get a lot of snaps.
If Miles play, I think Miles gonna produce. Like, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. Like, I always liked the Miles Thomas. I just don't know how far away from the Miles he is in my head. Is he miles away from the Miles that I got in my head? Or is he closer to what I think he was? I don't know. I gotta find that out.
I think Miles Sanders could, man. I don't know why Javonte Williams didn't play. But if Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams play, at least we can evaluate which one of the veteran running backs, looks the best. Because I think the lineup should be only one of these veteran running backs should make the team. One should go to the practice squad, for a call-up when we need them. You should keep Jadon Blue and Phil Maffa. And then, of course, Hunter Lukey is your fullback. He got tight end flexibility. He got running back flexibility. And he could be on the team for short yardage and gadget shit. So, it should be one veteran, both rookies, and Hunter Lukey. And then, what you think about Deuce Vaughn? Should Deuce Vaughn even make the motherfucking team? Because I know that people like Deuce. I know that he looked good on the 2 carries that he got. But, the man is 5'5".
Of course, Deuce shouldn't make the team. But to be fair, at least let him play. We gotta evaluate him from the preseason game. That's the best we can do for Deuce. We make jokes all the time, man. But if he come out here and ball, shit, I ain't got no problem with him. I just don't have faith in him doing that. That's all. I mean, I hope he do, but I just wouldn't bet my money on it. That's all.
Indeed. Malik Davis as well. Malik Davis came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, he came off the couch and was hooping. And that's impressive to me. And y'all know I be hating on Malik Davis every opportunity I get. But the man played too well for me to ever be talking crazy about that man. So, salute to Malik Davis. You're off of Henny the Moore shit list. You showed something, man. So, if it came down to Malik Davis and Deuce Vaughn, I might side with Malik Davis. Especially if he go out here and have another good preseason game. Also,
Malik Davis came out of nowhere for y'all. I just want to be clear on that. He came out of nowhere to y'all. I already was all keeping out Malik Davis. I already told y'all about him. Y'all just didn't listen.
Yeah. See, niggas like you is why he don't get compliments now. No, he should not make the team. You talk about Deuce. We need to end this Deuce Vaughn project and move on. Yeah, man, listen. The boy was born in Fayetteville, Arkansas. His daddy used to be a coordinator for my Razorbacks. So, I'm not really mad at Deuce Vaughn, the person. I just think that at 5'5" with 4.5 speed, and I don't know if you should be a featured running back on my team. You know what I'm saying? You gotta show something. You got to have a 100-yard preseason game for me to believe in that shit again. I will fool once, dude. You ain't gonna fool me no more. You ain't gonna fool me no more, man. Yeah, I think Phil Maffa should play. I think every running back with a post should play this preseason game. Because the beautiful thing about it, they all looked pretty good, behind this offensive line. So, and listen, there wasn't even the real offensive line they were running good behind. So that gives me hope. That gives me hope for the season, man. We ran for almost 150 yards on 27 carries this last preseason game. Every running back that touched the ball had their moments. Every single running back that touched the ball had their moments. And that either means A, you got a whole bunch of really good running backs, and I don't think that's the case, or B, your offensive line will be Nas for a majority of that preseason game. Really, your offensive line played good. Because even though Joe Milton was shaky and shit, it was in that nigga mind. When we showed y'all he would float away from pressure that wasn't there, that nigga out there seeing ghosts in the pocket. So kudos to the offensive line, man. They played well that last preseason game in both run blocking and pass blocking. And they were without Tyler Booker. They were without Tyler Guyton. They were really without Tyler Smith. Did Tyler Smith play? I don't think Tyler Smith played either.
Tyler Smith ain't play.
Yeah, so all the gangsters on the offensive line did not play, and your offensive line was still superb. That's very telling to me. It's very telling to me. But see, we out here talking about the evaluation of rooms. One that we never ever have any questions about is wide receiver. If you give me just CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, I will figure everything else out. I swear to God. But we happen to be a little blessed. We happen to have multiple guys that could take over that wide receiver 3 spot. We happen to have multiple guys that could be wide receiver 4. So, and Dan Rogers said things to consider when trying to figure out the Cowboys wide receiver room. Devontae Turpin has separated himself as the wide receiver 3. I don't think I've seen anybody stand on that shit before now. But he said Devontae Turpin has clearly separated himself as wide receiver 3. He said Tolbert only has 1 year left on his contract. Jalen Brooks is a key special teams contributor. We do have to have somebody to run down there and hit niggas. And Trayshawn Holden is just scratching the surface. He's superbly talented and everything else. So, landlord.
I'm not keeping no wide receiver for no damn tackling, bro. I'm sorry.
Who else is?
Give me an extra linebacker for that or some shit. I'm not feeling. Nah, I'm good.
You still need the speed to do it, to play gunner.
I don't care. I'm straight. I'm cool.
Listen, you interrupt me if I can even ask you the same question. So, rude ass Alabama nigga. What is your 6? Because I'm going 6 deep at wide receiver. And yes, we got to count Devontae Turpin if you add him in there. What are your 6 wide receivers you are keeping on this team?
Well, the first 2 don't even have to be discussed. I would put Turpin at 3.
Okay.
Then Jalen Tolbert will make this team regardless of what we feel. So that's Pickens, CeeDee, Turp,
That's 4.
Tolbert,
2 more.
Holden, and probably Flournoy. But they like Cropper a lot too. They use Cropper doing a lot of stuff, bro. Real talk.
So in this,
so the battle really between Cropper and Brooks, if they on the practice squad, Cropper and Brooks probably be on. You could probably put both of them.
You know
on
what you fucked. Hold on.
Holden been hooping too good to be on the practice
Do you know what you
squad.
fucked up and did? You didn't mention John Domingo.
Damn, I like Mingo
Yeah,
too.
you kicked John Domingo off the team.
Nah, Mingo really. I don't know, bro. Mingo.
You see, they got problems at wide receiver.
They got that shit crazy. CeeDee, Pickens.
You said Tolbert got to make the team.
But you cheating because I'm not counting Turpin as a wide receiver, bro.
They
But
do, and we gotta do, and we just doing it realistically. They count Turpin on the wide receiver depth chart, so we gotta do the same.
I guess after this contract, after the contract, they probably were like, nigga, you're a receiver. I don't know. But CD, Pickens, Turpin, Tolbert, it gotta be Mingo.
So,
You traded
so
for
that's
him.
5.
So it's Mingo and then Holden. I'm keeping Holden. Everybody else going to practice for.
So Jalen Brooks gone, Ryan Flournoy gone, Jalen Cropper back to the practice squad where you been for 50,000 years.
Flournoy is the only one I'm concerned about being on the practice squad. No, Flournoy and Holden. They both could get picked up, but I mean, that's a casualty of war, bro. Like, it is what it is. It's no way they gonna let Holden make this team over Mingo, and they traded a 4th-round pick. Like, are we being realistic, or are we just talking about what should happen?
We talking about what should happen because they're not going to. Because realistically, even if you're not high on Jalen Tolbert, it is crazy to go from leading your team in receiving touchdowns. I know it's by default. But it is crazy to go from leading your team in receiving touchdowns, not even being on the active roster. So I don't think that happens. You just traded for Jonathan Mingo. And if we're being fair, we talk about competing every day. Holden has out-competed a lot of these niggas. So, like, those 6 should be on the team.
They might look at Mingo like he got a better pedigree than somebody like Tolbert or somebody too. Like, Mingo, I just don't think Mingo had the opportunity. Even in Carolina, bro, it was just a disconnect. They was like, Mingo would win a route, and then Bryce will miss him, or whoever will miss him. It just was like they just couldn't find the connection. So it ain't like Mingo just went doing nothing. It just didn't never manifest into some real production.
So
Real
what
talk.
do you think we can? Because listen, I'm out the loop with the Jalen Tolbert trade rumors. So I don't know what they actually are, but just between you and me, what do you think we could get for Jalen Tolbert if we did trade him? Because he is on the
probably a 3-5 of some Reggie.
3-5 some Reggie is crazy.
3-5 of some Reggie, and I be talking all this trap stuff. I don't even smoke, but 3-5 of some Reggie, and probably about maybe a plate from Waffle House, chopped dice, all that good stuff.
Crazy.
That's probably what
Shout out to Jeffrey for the Cash App too, man. Thank you for the love and support. I appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with me. And I know Wes made the funny yesterday. I never say the amount because I don't like putting people in nobody's business. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you send to me, that's off of the strength, off of the love. I don't know if you're going through a divorce. I don't know if you're dodging Uncle Sam. So if you send me money, I never say how much you sent me. So I appreciate y'all for supporting Henny the More. So straight up and down, I appreciate y'all. A 6th at best. But that's the thing. The reason that I asked about Jalen Tolbert, Jonathan Mingo still got 2 years on his deal. If you keep Holden around, he got 4 years on his deal, right? Because he's an undrafted free agent. You sign, it's like 3 or 4 years. So point being, Jalen Tolbert is the only guy on an expiring contract outside of George Pickens who you're going to probably try and keep around. So if anybody can get moved, it'll probably be Jalen Tolbert because he has some skins on the wall in the National Football League. He led your league in receiving touchdowns. He's a former top 100 pick. He had decent size and decent speed. So you might be able to get something for Jalen Tolbert in return. And then you can keep Mingo, who got 2 years left. You can keep Holden, who got about 3 years left. You can keep Flo around. So it makes everything a lot easier for you. But yeah, maybe some Reggie or a defensive tackle. Matter of fact, fuck it. What you think about trading Jalen Tolbert to the Seattle Seahawks for Quinn Bohanna.
I bring back Big Bo.
Cause Big Bo is, man, that nigga Bo was like the 4th defensive tackle on the depth chart. I just looked at that shit this morning.
I don't think it's a foul trade though. It ain't an even trade. They had to give up something else.
Oh, you talk about Bohanna ain't did nothing.
Hell no. No, but at least did a little something.
Tim Settle. Let me pull up Tim Settle because I heard brother Lou talking about him. Brother Farrakhan Lou. Salute to Lou Tex as well. If y'all ain't been rocking with my nigga, y'all go and sub up to him.
That boy over there cracking.
Tim Settle. Houston. He played for the Houston Texans currently. About 329 pounds. Signed a 2-year contract. This nigga just had 5 sacks last year. Yeah, it gonna take more. It probably gonna take more than Jalen Tolbert to get that nigga. Cause he big and he can rush the passer a little bit. And he played for Buffalo. So Tim Settle is somebody that used to play for the Washington Commanders. He played for them from 2018 to 2021. He played for the Buffalo Bills from 2022 to 2023. And he played for Houston last year. And he had one of his most productive seasons. He had 5 sacks, a pass deflection, and he had 20 overall tackles. 18 of them bitches were solo. Okay, so I'm interested. He sound more like a 3 than anything, but that's the thing. Houston does not need a receiver. They just spent multiple picks to go and get the 2 boys from Iowa State. They already got Nico Collins, who was one of the premier wide receivers in the National Football League. They got Dalton Schultz, who they can throw the ball to. When Tank Dell come back, whatever that may be, his ass is there. So unless they're going to cut Tank Dell and waive him with an injury settlement, which I don't think they'll do for Jalen Tolbert, I don't see them needing another wide receiver. So that's a very, very good point that you made right there, Camo. We got to trade this nigga.
That's a great idea, man. They really need to just cut Tank Dell. Like, he's not worth it. So we can sign him.
Would he be able to sign with us until he passed the physical? Because he going to be out for the season. That would be the only thing. Like, I don't know if you can sign players. Can you sign a player and put them on IR? I don't know how that shit works. I know you can cut niggas from IR, but I don't know if you can. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the chat box because I really don't know. Because I would do that shit. Like if they did cut Tank Dell or some shit like that, if we could sign him to our IR, let him rehab here and shit, I would do that. Because I believe in his talent. Oh, he got some great tape coming out of Houston. Land, did you not say that was some of the most impressive tape, most fun tape you ever watched of a wide receiver? Because I think my nigga said that at one point that was some of the.
Yeah, I made a whole tape about him. I made a video about him, man. Tank Dell, that dude.
Tank Dell's superb. I like Tank Dell. I don't give a fuck about his size, his stature, none of that. He gets open, he makes explosive plays, and he talks shit. I love Tank Dell. Like Tank Dell is like that. So if I ever get the opportunity to have a Tank Dell on my team, and the only thing that prevented me from doing that is Jalen Tolbert, I'ma holler at that nigga. But we need to take a look though at some free agent options for defensive tackle. Because I don't think the Dallas Cowboys do well. I don't think Dallas Cowboys do a good enough job in evaluating and winning trades for me to say they should just trade for a nigga. Like they never win any of the trades. They never win any of the motherfucking trades. So the best thing these cheap ass niggas can do is probably sign a cheap ass nigga. He said you got to see how he looks. Yeah, he did have a horrible injury. Speedy recovery to Tank Dell. So these are the available defensive tackles that are on the open market. The one nigga without any thought process that we should sign is Christian Wilkins. Like, he is the best available defensive tackle. He's not even 30 years old yet. He can stop the run. He can rush the passer. You know, he's just a little freaky. You know, you do have to chain him up at night so that he does not go on a Diddy spree. But outside of that, you know, I am Team Werewolf. So what? He might try to fondle a couple teammates. We're going to get him some counseling. You know, we're going to get him on some medication. We're going to have him talk to that lady. He going to be all right. The only issue is he had the same agent as Micah Parsons. So until you resolve your standing beef with Micah Parsons and David Mulagitter, you cannot call Christian Wilkins. Because the moment he see Jerry Jones or anybody from the Cowboys call his phone, he going to answer, Micah Parsons contract done? Oh, not? All right. He going to hang that bitch up. You know what I'm saying? So until you resolve your long-standing issues with David the Mulagitter, you cannot call Christian Wilkins. Yeah, you got to put in a no Diddy clause in his contract. You cannot kiss any of your teammates on the forehead. You know what I'm saying? You cannot play grab ass in the locker room. You cannot, bust it open and do the splits because you a freaky deviant. You can't do none of that shit while you here. It's gonna be in your contract. Every time you do something freaky, you lose $100,000 at your contract. So, we're gonna have a no Diddy clause in his shit. But he is one of the best interior players in the National Football League. He's one of the best interior players in the National Football League. And we got to give him a handler. We got to give him some therapy. We got to get him whatever he needs to be a functioning member of the locker room. We'll get that for the nigga. But, you got to resolve your issues with Michael Parsons first. Because they got the same agent. The next dude on this list. Yeah, damn show. Hey, we will build this nigga his own shower. Like, while everybody is over here showering, in the team locker room, you will have your own personal shower on the other end of the facility. On the other end of the...
Good Lord, what did this man do? I don't even know what he did.
He kissed one of his teammates on the forehead.
Like, what?
He kissed another grown man on the forehead as a joke, allegedly, and it made everybody very uncomfortable. He also did some similar shit while he was out there at Clemson. They saying this nigga Fleece Johnson. And they said he Fleece Johnson. You remember Fleece Johnson, the booty war from the Boondocks?
He the NFL Fleece Johnson. That's crazy.
Yeah,
work.
so
Crazy
they say that's what happened. They say that's why he's still on the open market. He make niggas uncomfortable. He might, how a nigga play grab ass. He might grab the ass and hold on to it a little too long. Yeah. So we gonna get that.
Well, sir, hold on, wait a minute. I don't know how niggas play grab ass. So let's make sure we put that on record. I don't know what that must be. So I don't know what y'all get that shit.
You
for.
heard,
Hell
but
no.
hey, listen. I'm not saying that we participated in any activities, but we seen some weird shit. That's what Michael Parsons got in trouble for at Penn State. He was playing grab ass a little bit too hard, and then now that nigga need to be on a watch list. That's what they say happened with Micah at Penn State. So, yeah. I'm just saying, we got some weird niggas. We got weird niggas in the locker room, man. We been on this. But we already got a grab ass in the locker room already. That Michael Parsons already got that on his resume.
Him and Micah be best of friends.
Him and Micah gonna be in a grab ass competition. I gotta stop. I got to be stopped. We gonna pray about this shit. He said sign Wilkins, just keep a muzzle on him is crazy. I didn't say Team Werewolf though. Get a nigga a muzzle, get some silver bullets, get him some counseling. But if he can stop the run,
he gonna be looking like Saw out there, motherfucker.
then we gonna roll that nigga out like he Hannibal Lecter. we gonna unmuzzle that nigga on game day. That nigga. Oh, Jesus.
Release that nigga out to the world on game day.
We gonna let the nigga loose. Say, sick him, boy. And he gonna go. Oh, Jesus. Give me strength. But moving on to niggas that aren't on watch lists, we got Raekwon Davis, former Alabama Crimson Tide player, only 27 years old at this moment in time. Got a lot of career starts under his belt. Matter of fact, me and Boss did a film breakdown on the nigga a while back. We did a film breakdown on him a while back, matter of fact. So if y'all are curious about Raekwon Davis, y'all go to my page. Y'all can type in Raekwon Davis, and you should be able to find the video. And if not, you know, fuck it. I might drop the link or something. You know what I'm saying? I might drop the link or something so y'all can find it. But yeah, we did a very extensive breakdown on Raekwon Davis. He started the year slow, and then he started ramping up as the season progressed. He's still very young. He's from a pedigree of playing at an SEC school. You know what I'm saying? He done won a national championship. He was a highly touted prospect coming out of Alabama. And he's big as fuck. He's big as fuck, and he's still young. And we out here trying to sign 31, 32. Linval Joseph is 37 right now and could probably probably play a lot of snaps on this team. So if we're willing to sign somebody that old, you know, we can sign somebody that is under 30, got a lot of size and athleticism, got a good pedigree, and played a decent amount of football. So those are my talking points for Raekwon Davis. And remember, if we bring in anybody, they are only here to add on to what you get from Maji Smith. Maji Smith should be the nigga getting most of the snaps, and then when Maji Smith got to catch his breath and come out, this should be the motherfucker coming out there to help, you know, stop the run and make some plays for you in the run game. The next nigga on here is about 1,000 years old, Linval Joseph. He already played for the Dallas Cowboys at one point, but you might well bring him back because Linval Joseph was not really bad. He wasn't really bad for you. Like last year, you had a lot of issues containing the run on the outside. You really didn't have a bunch of runs going to the inside that were hitting on nothing. You had good linebacker play, and Maji Smith did enough of his job to keep niggas clean for a majority of the season. You know what I'm talking about? Most of the explosive runs came when edges lost contain, came when the flat defenders lost contain. You ain't really have a whole bunch of runs up the middle of your defense. And Linval Joseph did help with that a little bit. So you wanted to bring Linval Joseph back on a 1-year deal, a cup of coffee. The nigga gonna play for like some Groupons and a you know, a couple coupons to a buffet and shit. So it's not like it's gonna cost you no real money to bring Linval Joseph in this motherfucker. You know? But Lan, which of these people out here that I named out of these three would you be the most willing for the Dallas Cowboys to bring in? If money is not a factor, you know, which one of these niggas, you know, would you bring in to possibly, you know, help Maji Smith out? And before I let you go, shout out to T Smooth TV for the $4.99. He said Izzy needs to be on the field. He has like 12 interceptions. When you add everything, all the games he played in, he just makes plays. So if you add preseason, you add scrimmages and everything else. If you add, so if you add it up, he got a lot of production. Again, I don't know who daughter that he done knocked off. I don't know who wife he was caught texting. I don't know, you know, who he rubbed the wrong way for this shit to happen like this. But, you know, Izzy always seems to make plays to come through for the Dallas Cowboys when you need them. But it never really works out that way, though. I'm not sure why. Also, I appreciate you, T Smooth, for the Cash App as well, man. I appreciate you for your support, for rocking with your boy the way you've been doing. But, yeah, man, I appreciate you. I do appreciate you. But I'm not sure why Izzy does not get opportunities like that, man. He plays well. He plays well when his number is called. And that's really all you can ever ask for a player, especially somebody that's sort of a tweener. You know, he's somebody that plays safety for you. He's somebody that plays nickel for you. You know, I think they tried him out at different corner spots in camp. So he's somebody, when you ask him to do something, he goes out there and he fucking does it. So I'm not sure why he doesn't get more opportunities, but I don't know, probably politics, man. It's probably politics at this point in time when it comes down to Izzy. No, when it comes down to Izzy. But we damn sure need, listen. In a perfect world where money's not a factor, where the age is not a factor, where you can just sign whatever the fuck you want and make your team better, it's obviously Christian Wilkins. Because Christian Wilkins is so dope, you can alter your defensive tackle rotation. You can have Christian Wilkins and Monty Smith on the field at the same time, and you'll be a much better run-stopping team. You can have Christian Wilkins and Osa on the field at the same time, and you'll be much better pushing the pocket and rushing the passer from the interior. You know what I'm saying? You can have all these different rotations at defensive tackle depending on what you're trying to stop at that moment in time and be way more effective, because Christian Wilkins is good at both. He's good at stopping the run and he's good at rushing the passer. So you can have a combination. Let's say it's third down. You could take Mozzie off the field. You could put Christian Wilkins in. You could put Osa in. And then you can rush Micah and Sam, or Micah and Izaraku, or have Dante on the field. Or you could kick Mozzie off the line entirely, and you can have Micah Parsons rushing from the linebacker spot. And then you have Easy E and Dante Fowler on one spot with Osa and Christian Wilkins in the interior. Like, you can get real freaky and real nasty if you sign Christian Wilkins with some of the defensive personnel packages you can throw out there. You know, or if you want to really stop the run and you want to get bigger, you can have Osa you can have Mozzie in the middle. You can have Christian Wilkins right beside him. You can kick Mozzie you can kick Micah off the line of scrimmage, and then you can have somebody like Marshawn Needham, whose specialty is run stopping, on one end side, and you can have Dante Fowler on the other end. And then Micah can play a true linebacker position in that certain package if you think that a run is coming. So you can get real devious. You get real devious and diabolical with some of the personnel packages you throw out there if you were to sign Christian Wilkins. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can tailor-made packages for what's coming. You can have a fire-ass run package with Christian Wilkins in there. You know, like what I just described. You got fire-ass pass rushing packages in there with Christian Wilkins, like what I just described. The only issue is the Dallas Cowboys signing Christian Wilkins is too much of a layup. It's too much of a layup. There's too much shit going on behind the scenes, you know. So I don't necessarily know if they will sign Christian Wilkins. They should. It's the obvious thing to do in order to improve your team. All right, it's the obvious thing to do, but we know that the Dallas Cowboys don't do the right thing majority of the time. But yes, Christian Wilkins makes you better. Like, he is that kind of player. Matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up Christian Wilkins' resume. Because there's a reason he was one of the highest paid defensive tackles in the National Football League. There's a real reason why. So Christian Wilkins was a 13th overall pick. He got 372 career tackles. He got 22 and a half career sacks. He got 4 forced fumbles. He's recovered 6 fumbles in his time. He got an interception as a fucking defensive tackle. So, like, he got great production. I know he was hurt last year. He didn't really finish the season. And I think he's going to be healthy pretty soon. But in his last fully healthy season, Christian Wilkins had 65 tackles combined. He had 9 sacks. He had a forced fumble. And he had 2 fumble recoveries. So Christian Wilkins the last time he was completely healthy in 2023 was hands down one of the best interior players in the National Football League. He had high grades against the run. He had high grades against the pass. Matter of fact, let me see his PFF grade. I know you got to take that shit with a grain of salt, but I'm still very interested in it. You know, I still want to see what he graded out and everything. All right. So, hey, last year, even though he played limited amount of snaps, he had a 66.9 pass rushing grade, which is superb for interior defensive lineman. He had a 80. He had a 80.9 against the run. So his stats, film, and even his PFF grade, even though you got to take this shit with a grain of salt, was superb last year for Christian Wilkins. Also, salute to my nigga Heist in the building, man. Salute to Heist in the building. Now, listen. I need to get a refreshment. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this video by Shotty. Again, I'm going to put us in the background. I'm going to play this quick little video for Brian Schottenheimer when he was talking to Jesse Holly again. Cause we gotta spin the block on this shit, man. We gotta spin the block. Yeah, we definitely gotta spin the block on talking about this preseason plan.
Honest with you, I've been on this show and I've talked about your openness, right? Your gift to gab, and you have that.
I'll be right back.
You've wowed a lot of people with the things that you've said. But as men, we always want to make sure the things that we're saying match the actions that we want to put out there. And I think for me, I've said a couple times that, you know, you talked about being a running physical football team and, you know, do these things. And sometimes, you show situations where it's like, you know, hey, 6 passing plays in a row, you know, and there's some things that I'm just like, all right, cool. I hear what you're saying, but sometimes it doesn't always show. Talk me through it. Like, put me in my place or talk me through it of what you're saying. And then how is it implemented on the football field and those pockets where you go, well, he said he was going to be a physical running team, and then he opens up with 6 passes. Or he said it's going to be a physical football team, and I know today you kind of Marquise got thrown out one of a play, you know, one play by you because you were like, hey, you know, he loaded Boom a little bit on Mingo, right? And so, like, how does that all come together from what you say and then it matching up and lining up with the things that you do?
Well, I love the question, number one, and I will say this. The one thing I will always be with you and everybody, the fans, the players, I will always be authentic. I'm always going to tell you what I think and what I believe. Here's what I would say to you. We went into that game last week with a very specific purpose. We wanted to kind of put Joe out there and sling it around a little bit. That was the plan, and see how he handled it. And quite honestly, we started slow. We had limited opportunities. I wouldn't read too much into what you see in the preseason. The preseason is for evaluation. I don't have to go out there on the first preseason game or even this game against Baltimore, Atlanta, and run it 50 times to show that. I think I would go to my history. My history of coordinator in Seattle, led the league in rushing in 2018. Coordinator in 2008 in New York Jets, led the league in rushing. So, again, I appreciate, love the question. The question's a fair question, but I wouldn't read too much into what you see in preseason football in general, but even more this year. Why? Well, we're trying to evaluate certain guys, and Joe Milton's a guy that needs to play a lot of football. He's going to play a lot of football this week and then the next week, and we're certainly being smart with what we show. And why would we do that? We would do that because this is the one chance that we'll ever have here in Dallas where we don't show people in the preseason what we're doing, because next year they're going to have a really good idea. They're going to have hopefully 20-plus games to look at and evaluate. This year they don't have that. Hey, are we going to be Seattle? I don't know. Are we going to be Arizona? I don't know. Well, what about, are we going to be Dallas? And I kind of like that.
All right. So let me just go ahead and take it down. So the real question is, and the reason I spun that back, because he was talking about the evaluation of players. He said we were using the preseason to evaluate players, right? So with the guys that do play, because I know Mozzie's going to make the team. He's the best defensive tackle that we have in terms of stopping the run. Osa is 275 pounds. He can give effort. You know, he got a role to play in the run defense. But his primary job responsibilities is not stopping the run. Like, he got paid off of rushing the passer. So if every other defensive tackle not named Mozzie Smith, like Jay from UCLA, is getting his ass whooped, if Tommy, from Martin, who ain't got no job, is gonna go out there and get his ass whooped. If Denzel Jackson, is gonna get his ass whooped all the way back to, I think the nigga from Haiti. So if he gonna get his ass whooped all the way back to the island, right? Or the Dallas Cowboys gonna evaluate that and say, you know what? The backup one tech on for the Dallas Cowboys is not on this team. Cause that's really what I wanted to play that back for. Cause you do all this talking about going out there and competing and using preseason as an evaluation tool and going out there and trying to figure out who is best suited for the job. If y'all do all of that, right? All that talking, all that lip service, and these defensive tackles get their ass whooped, embarrassed, and beat up on, and you do not, act accordingly, all that shit is for naught. Because sometimes when you're doing player evaluation, the eval comes back and none of them niggas is actually worthy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you bring in a crop of people to fill a job, but you figure out none of them can do the job. It doesn't mean you just hand the job over to one of them that's unqualified. It means you do another search and that you bring in a different crop of people that better suits what you're trying to do. So if Jay from UCLA does not play good football, if Tommy does not play good football, if Denzel Jackson does not play good football, if none of them boys play good football in the preseason and they get their opportunities and they get their chances and they don't look great, they're getting moved out the point of attack, they're getting gassed in the run game, they're not properly taking on the double teams, they get all that stuff. If all that stuff is put on film in the evaluation process for the other interior defensive linemen, and the Dallas Cowboys come back and they still let these niggas make the team without calling a veteran defensive tackle, that shit is lip service. Because that's not real eval. That's not real eval. Sometimes the answer that you are looking for is not within. Sometimes you have to look outward. Sometimes you got to go out and find somebody. And I'm telling you right now, I keep saying it over and over again. If it comes down to it, and you do not feel comfortable, Dallas, with your backup defensive tackles, you don't think they can spell Monty Smith or stop the run, you must call somebody. Now, it ain't got to be Christian Wilkins. Christian Wilkins would be the best choice because of all of the reasons I gave y'all earlier. Right? Because of his flexibility, how good he is against the run and the pass, the different packages you can put out there with him with your current roster. Right? He's the most obvious choice. He's the best choice. He's the best player available. It don't even got to be Christian Wilkins. It could be Raekwon Davis. Raekwon Davis is better than all your other backup defensive tackles. Linval Joseph, who is nearly 40 years old, is better than all of your backup defensive tackles. Hurst, I know somebody who mentioned Hurst earlier. 30-year-old veteran defensive tackle. He is still better than Tommy and them. He's still better than Jay from UCLA. Right? All these niggas are better than what you got. So, Dallas Cowboys, I'm not even giving you, the hard thing. The hard thing would be to call Christian Wilkins and get something done with him because he's a premier player in the National Football League. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to hold your feet to the fire. I'm not even trying to make you, open up your checkbook a lot. But you got to sign somebody. What is stopping you from signing Raekwon Davis? Who we talking about? Who we talking about not getting what they work for and deserve? I want everybody to get exactly what they deserve. If they play well, that's a different story. We're talking about if they don't play well. If these guys go out here and get demolished, if they don't look good, if they play like ass, you should not just give them a job just because you ain't got nobody else. You know what I'm saying? If you play bad enough to not be on my team, and you're only being saved because we ain't got nobody, that's not really earning a spot. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you're safe because we're sorry at that position. You're not safe because you're a good football player. There's a difference, there's a difference from making a team because you lack depth, and there's a difference between making a team because you earned a spot. And if they don't actually earn a spot, because listen, Jay from UCLA was one of your lowest graded players this last preseason game. The nigga graded out in the 20s. He was one of the worst graded players on the field. For either team. He was one of the worst graded players on the field. He does not just deserve a pass to make your roster because you're thin at defensive tackle. Like, if you want to keep him, fine. But he should have real competition for that backup role. So sign Raekwon. Sign Linval Joseph. Sign a Hurst. Sign any other defensive tackle with pedigree and a pulse. And let's get this shit rocking, man. Because we lose in the same way we always lose, dog. We lose, trying to stop the run. We get ran off the field. We get ran off the field on a consistent basis. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, listen, we're not even calling these folks in to play all the snaps. Maji Smith is the one that got to play a lion's share of the snaps. Maji Smith is the one, that has to, do what he got to do. Yeah, the Rams had a 5'10", under 300-pound center. They had a 5'10", under 300-pound center. To move folks right now. So I don't know, man. I have no earthly idea. For the Dallas Cowboys, man, they got to do something. They do got to do something. Also, y'all, please remember to also send some super chats or some cash outs to Landlord to help him out as he does his content. I've received a lot. Y'all been going crazy for Henny. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been going crazy for me. But help brother Landlord out, man. It could be $1, it could be $2.
I guess I done pissed everybody off or something. I don't know what it is. I done pissed everybody off. I'm sorry, goddamn. My bad. I just gotta tell the truth. I'm sorry.
I mean, you ain't saying nothing wrong. Like, I don't know what you would have said to piss somebody off. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But yeah, bless the nigga Landlord out, man. Let me put your shit in here, man. Hold on. $ Landlord 723. Y'all help the nigga out, man. That Ram got Deuce Vaughn at center. Yeah, they got a little ass nigga at center. That man built out of wishes. Oh, matter of fact, that's me. That's me right there. That's the echo I'm hearing. He said you're geeking. I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying, help a brother out, man. We will make content for food, man. Help a nigga out. So y'all been great for me, but help the brother Landlord out. It is a joint venture. The shows wouldn't be as 5 if I was on here by myself, man. So help out Landlord, man. He's not a guest. He a co-host. This is like a 50-50 thing when we do shows, man. So y'all help bless my nigga, man.
Yeah. But if we go out here and get ran all over and can't stop the run and can't run, that's gonna be very discouraging. Even if it is our backup. Because shit, we don't got starters at no position, so at stopping the run. We don't got started, so we needed backup to show something.
Yeah, because, outside of Mozzie Smith, you don't really have no other defensive tackle help. He said, Terrence asked why it sounded like you casting spells. He's trying to cast a spell so y'all niggas can send him a cash app or something. Like, that's a money spell right there. He out there burning incense because listen, y'all done push my nigga to different measures. You know what I'm saying? So, like, hell, help my brother out. But nah, for real though, man. Mozzie Smith is not by himself going to be enough to stop the run. He gonna need somebody out that motherfucker, rotating with him. And matter of fact, Land, did you hear what I said about Christian Wilkins and how you could throw out these different packages if you sign him? You can have him on the field at the same time as Mozzie Smith, and that be a better run stop in front. And you can throw him out there with Osa if you're trying to rush the passer. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of flexibility he gets you. So he good at both things. So why not, do the obvious thing and sign that, nigga. But, I digress. Dallas Cowboy be doing fugazi stuff, man. Dallas Cowboy doing a whole bunch of fugazi stuff. So let's see. But casting spells is crazy. Yeah, casting spells is crazy as a motherfucker. But chat box, I'm gonna ask y'all. We do some Q&A real quick. We're gonna do some Q&A real quick, man. Who are y'all trying to see this preseason game? Like, who are y'all in the chat box? Y'all ain't heard from us. Which player out there are y'all the most excited to see this preseason game tonight? Is it Tyler Booker? Is it Phil Maffa again? Is it Christian? Is it Holden? Which player are y'all most excited to see play? Put it in the chat box. I'm curious. No, we need full class participation right now, man. Full class participation. Cause y'all already know. For me, it's Miles Sanders, it's Holden, and of course, well, shit. Jadon Blue, no. Jadon Blue is not gonna play for what they saying. Jadon Blue has an ankle injury. So he will not play, unfortunately. Now, he was somebody I was looking forward to seeing. In seeing play football. But I can't say. Ooh, this is a damn good one. Downshire Childress. Because Childress look like he might be able to start on this team. With how he playing nickel. I know that it's against backups, but he himself right now is a backup. So if you are a backup and you look head and shoulder better than other backups, you might not actually be a backup. And that's really how you look at the evals with shit like this. That's really how you look at the evals with shit like this. You there, landlord? I seen you blink out or blink back in. My brother might be having some technical difficulties too over there. So he said, why are we thinking Blue was the next big thing? Really, it's off of traits. It's not off of past production. It's not off of anything else. It's really because, he's a super athlete. He got great speed. And you're hoping if you pair him up with this offensive line, as many first round picks and as much money as we invest in this offensive line, you're hoping that you get the best out of him. Sam Williams should damn sure play. Sam Williams should damn sure play for the Dallas Cowboys. in this preseason game. He said Elam need to play. I won't hold y'all. I understand, like I said, I understand why they ain't playing Elam, but I also understand the mindset of wanting him to play as well. You know what I'm saying? It's fair to want to see Elam play. It's fair. So if y'all want Elam to play, I get that shit. I understand that shit wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly, I understand it, man. Blue didn't start at Texas. We doing too much. Oh, believe me, I was one of the loudest critics of Jadon Blue, you know, before he got here. I was one of the loudest critics of Jadon Blue. Because we had folks saying that Jadon Blue was Jahmyr Gibbs. We had folks saying that Jadon Blue was Tony Dorsett. And I've been real adamant, you know, up and down that nigga is not that. You know, so those were different kind of prospects. Those were different kind of players. So in no world is Jadon Blue comparable to a Jahmyr Gibbs. In no world is Jadon Blue comparable, you know, to a Tony Dorsett. But he has been decent in training camp, and I would have liked to see him in preseason. I hated it. I hate that he got the ankle injury, because I think he would have made one or two splash plays for the Dallas Cowboys in the preseason games. Because I'm not concerned about home run ability. I believe over the course of the season, Jadon Blue is going to have three or four. He'll have 3 or 4 splash plays where he go over 20 yards. He'll have some big runs. The issue with Jadon Blue has always been ball security and consistency, because he had vision issues at Texas. So he put the ball on the ground, and sometimes he missed the hole. Bet it up. But yeah, man. So yeah, man. I rock with Jadon Blue. Kinda, sorta. I like the prospect that is Jadon Blue. Jadon Blue, the prospect, is cool. But you know, man, he has his issues. He definitely has his issues. Definitely has his issues, man. I also want to see Murray. Hey, listen, that is, you know what's crazy? That is one of the bigger roster battles, and we haven't really even got that sorted out. We hardly even talk about it anymore. The person that should be the green dot for the Dallas Cowboys. We know we had some folks saying Sanborn. We had some folks saying Murray. You know, we had some folks saying Leofow, and I think Leofow is dope. But that should be a real competition. That should be a real competition that is decided in preseason. Leofow played, he played good. Why Kenneth Murray ain't play? Why Sanborn get to sit on the sideline and Leofow, who was a better player already, had to take snaps in the preseason game? You know what I'm saying? So I don't get that, honestly. I damn sure don't get that. Like, why are we not really pushing to see who deserves the green dot? Because as it stands right now, you know, they're acting like Murray or Sanborn got that by default, when it possibly should be Leofow. Leofow should probably get it. You said Linval Joseph just got picked up by the Eagles? Hold on. Let me take a look. You see that on Twitter or something? Because last time I checked, the Eagles picked up our guy Justin Rogers. The last defensive tackle move I saw them make, was them signing former Dallas Cowboy Justin Rogers. So I didn't see them sign Linval Joseph. But if they did, goddamn, they want all the defensive tackles. Yeah, they want all the damn defensive tackles, man. So yeah, hold on. I don't see it yet. I don't see it. Okay. I don't see where they signed Linval Joseph. I know that they had him at one point, but I think that right now he's still a free agent. And listen, for depth, I bring him in. On a 1-year deal, I would bring in Linval Joseph. If we're talking about somebody I would give 2 or 3 years to, that's Raekwon Davis, and that's Christian Wilkins. So when we talk about a 1-year deal, give me Linval Joseph. If we talk about a 2 to 3 year deal, go ahead and get me Christian Wilkins, or get me Raekwon Davis, because they younger. You can build around them a little bit longer. They contribute at a higher clip a little bit longer. But right now, beggars can't be choosers. Like, I'd take a Linval Joseph right now. Carl Maine in the building. What it do, man? Salute to y'all for sliding into the liquor store and the trap. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me the way that y'all do. Hey, Heist, we already talked about it. We said we signed Christian Wilkins. We're going to put the no Diddy clause in there. We got a no Diddy clause for that nigga Christian Wilkins. He got to have his own shower. He can't shower with nobody else. And we're going to fine him 100 times. We're gonna fine him $100,000 every time he try to kiss another player, every time he play grab ass, every time he do the splits. Every time he do anything suspect, we will fine him $100, and he cannot shower with the team. But we got a no Diddy clause for Christian Wilkins, because that boy is still one of the best defensive tackles in the National Football League. I told y'all I'm Team Werewolf, man. Just because he is criminally horny does not mean I will not sign him to my football team. Just because he is criminally horny does not mean he can't play football for me. But that's neither here nor there. What he do in his own spare time, he ain't gonna be around me. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be in the locker room with the nigga. Y'all figure that shit out. I don't want to win football games. So whatever weirdo freaking shit the nigga is into is not gonna affect me or my personal life. He said separate showers and he has to stay away from truck hitches. What the fuck has he done with a truck hitch? Like, y'all keep adding lore to this shit that I did not want to know about. What did this nigga do with a truck hitch? What did he do with a truck hitch to say he got to stay away from truck hitches? You got to, JV, you just can't add shit like that. You can't just add shit like that to the conversation and then not tell me nothing. What the hell did the nigga do with a truck hitch? A truck hitch is insane. He needs to just go home with uniform. Tell him to have to shower at the crib. Y'all crazy. Man, hell no. Listen. He might be all that. Hold on, he said he did a split. What the fuck? He did that split on a truck. Yeah, I'm desperate enough to still sign the Diddler. We can still sign the Diddler, man. It don't matter. As long as he can play on Sundays, either we gotta lock this man in a padded room Monday through Saturday and just release him upon enemy teams on Sunday, we gonna have to do what we gotta do to win games, man. We gonna have to do what we gotta do. What is he doing? He be doing too much, man. I feel that, man. A dog is a dog. Cause listen, he don't play zesty. Like, we got a bunch of straight dudes on this team. He play more hardcore, with more edge than all of them. You know what I'm saying? So even if he look weird, if he do a little bit too much, he plays like a dog. You know what I'm saying? So that is very fair. Like all the other straight guys on the team out here getting bitched out, and Christian Wilkins out here, you know, beating the fuck out folks, beating the fuck out other grown men on the field. So I tell you what, it don't matter. If you can help me win games on Sunday, your personal life is your personal life, man. He said, and then listen, there's also showed to his athleticism. He's 600, he's 6'5" and 350. He's able to hit the splits. He's super athletic. He said he isn't sweet. He's a serial sexual predator. Zesty doesn't cover Wilkins. Release the crashing is crazy. Serial. So this is not the first time this shit has happened then. This is not the first time this has happened. You used the word serial. So there has to be a pattern of obscene sexual deviancy surrounding Christian Wilkins. And that's probably why, with all of his talent, he is still sitting on the streets. There's going to be a team that gets desperate enough to sign him pretty soon. But it's very telling with somebody of his talent and his ilk is still sitting on the streets. So I can't fight y'all with that. He might be a weirdo. He might definitely be a weirdo, man. But if we don't sign Christian Wilkins, these are the kind of conversations that we have. If you don't sign good players when good players are available, you'll have to sign UFL players, or you'll have to sign over-the-hill veterans, or you'll have to sign, if you don't sign good players despite their warts, you gotta go the UFL route, or you gotta go the over-the-hill veteran route, or you gotta, you know what I'm saying? If you don't sign good players when they're available, you gotta do all this other different shit. Because listen, I know that we hit on Turpin. I know that we hit on Brandon Aubrey. And I know that people are very high on Perion Winfrey from what they seen in camp and from what they seen in the first preseason game. Being charged with multiple reach-around attempts is crazy. Like, this is diabolical. That man said he got a penile injury. Oh. Winfrey is going to be a good 3-tech. It's just at 290 pounds, he is not a great, run stopper. And yeah, man, I still would sign Isaiah Buggs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not down on Isaiah Buggs. I've been campaigning for Isaiah. Matter of fact, I think I got an Isaiah Buggs film session on my page still. So if y'all ain't seen it, y'all go check it out. It's been some years, the game that I showed, but he was playing good football. But I wouldn't mind signing Isaiah Buggs. It's just that when opportunity knocks, you got to answer. There are no other opportunities for the Dallas Cowboys to get an all-pro caliber potential player defensive tackle for pennies on the dollars beside right now. Like, I know Christian Wilkins has his issues. I know he's weird. I know all that stuff. But the talent is there. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't sign him, Isaiah Buggs is and there's a gap between the talent. I like Isaiah Buggs. He ain't Christian Wilkins. I like Raekwon Davis. he ain't fucking Christian Wilkins. You know, I would take Limbaugh Joseph for a year, but he ain't Christian Wilkins. So when you don't answer the knocker opportunity, when the knocker opportunity is there, you will forever be mitigated to signing UFL players and signing over-the-hill veterans or signing guys with injury histories. All that stuff. And I agree with you. Because all jokes aside, I'm going to take this down real quick. All jokes aside, if Christian Wilkins is really out here violating the personal space and, you know, doing things that could be construed as sexual assault, you know, for real shit, like, if you kiss somebody unwarranted and they don't want to be kissed, that is sexual assault. If somebody forcibly kissed your mama, it would not be a laughing matter. If somebody forcibly kissed your wife, it would not be a laughing matter. I understand that he's a grown man. You still got to respect the boundaries of personal spaces of people. Not everything is a fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? So if you forcibly going around kissing people, no matter what the sex is, that could be considered sexual assault. So that is a real reason. That's a real enough reason not to have a nigga around. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. You know, I understand that wholeheartedly. So I can understand why people might not want Christian Wilkins around. Talent is there, but if you're like that, if you're ostracizing your teammates, you're doing weird shit like that, I get it. And I'm very desperate for defensive tackle. But from a human standpoint, I completely understand why folks don't want him around. Yeah, that's some crazy shit. Like, nigga, yeah, I will not speak on that again, but yeah. Said 100 grand, I'm in Memphis, you're always welcome here. Brand girl ain't running shit. Y'all crazy. Like, listen, I don't know if ain't nobody got enough pull to ban nobody from no cities, man. We can stop that. Niggas be locked in with all kind of folks, man. So ain't nobody banning no folks from nowhere, man. Folks that allegedly got mob ties ain't banning niggas from no city. So you know. And salute to Jess Blaze in the building. Salute to Heist. Salute to everybody out there, man. Yeah, because remember, we brought in like L. Collins. And he supposed to be a first round talent. Folks thought he unalived his girlfriend at the time, and he didn't. You know, he didn't. So we were able to get him for a discount. You know, we were able to get him first round talent for discount. I think we still gave him like $1 million guaranteed. You know, I still think we gave him like a super high good money contract for UDFA. You get banned from a state by the governor. That's what I'm saying. Like, the governor got to keep a nigga out of the governor got to keep a nigga out of a state. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't no one, and they can do that because they control the police and they can control law enforcement and they can send people to get you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Folks do not be having the power to keep niggas out of states, man. Like, let's keep it real. Let's keep it 1,000. But yeah, man, it's been almost 2 hours of premium Dallas Cowboys content. And listen, we still got shows to do. Still got shows to do, man. Still got shows to do today. So y'all lock in with us, man. Y'all lock in with us. We're gonna do some more shows later on. We gonna rock. We know we gonna do what we do. And we gonna make the shit happen. But on the way out, remember, I will be out there in Frisco. You know, we'll be out there in Frisco covering the Dallas Cowboys open practice. Hold on. I got it in here. Yeah, here it go. I will be out there in Frisco covering the Dallas Cowboys open practice on Tuesday. I'll be out there August the 19th to cover this shit. So if y'all want to help Henny the Moore get out to Frisco so we can cover, you know, so that we can cover this stuff, y'all hit the Cash App. It's $ Henny the Moore. Right there at the bottom of the screen. Anything you send will be greatly appreciated. It's gonna help out a lot. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you can, hit the Cash App. Super chats are cool. The money you send me from the super chats will not be received until next month on the 21st. So I won't get the super chat money till September the 21st. But if you want to help me on my pilgrimage out there to Frisco, Texas, hit the Cash App. It's $ Henny the Moore. Said, will I do a live during the game? I might. I just might. It's gonna depend. It's gonna depend. Cause it'd be cool to do. I don't know if I'll host it, but I might reach out, man. If Boss and them is doing a live stream for it, I'm gonna see if I can request the link and jump on there with them. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But you know, we're gonna play it by ear. I know I still got a show to do later on with Lou. We still got to do Drunk Nefarious Takes for today. Might be pre-recorded and dropped later on. So we got more content coming. But we'll play it by ear. We'll play it by ear. If y'all really want a live show during the preseason game, you know, y'all let me know. You know what I'm saying? We'll make something happen. We'll make something shake. But in the words of my brother West Coast Cowboy, never look down because the stall is up. Hamothy, watch on the rewind, man. We've been live for 2 hours. We've been live since 6 o'clock this morning. So we got a lot of great content in here. So catch the show on the rewind, Hamothy. But we finna get out of here. We're gonna try and make some more content pretty soon. And we're gonna rock out like that, man. But thank y'all for everything. Thank y'all for the love and support. And I'm gonna be back later on, man. Peace.